What's up, YouTube? She doesn't like my card shirt. She cut my hair. She probably doesn't like my hair. Welcome to my channel. Ta-da! Cut.
I may have dyed my hair. It kind of looks like a wig in camera, but it is truly hair dye. It was my Christmas present from Preston. Not the color. He actually didn't know that I was going to go brown, and I think I shocked him as much as I shocked myself.
Way too much personality for me. I don't know, like... I should chug coffee, maybe?
This is the first time I'm really seeing myself
It's not right there.
on camera with this like color, and it is really weird to like look at myself with this, but adjust with me, okay? On a real note, today we are going to do a what we've learned in our first year of marriage. Cook with me, right? Can you hand me the hamburger stuff? Buns, ground turkey, barbecue sauce, a tomato, garlic. I don't think that's funny. We're not that couple. Crack it on my head now. Crack your ass out of this house. But thank you.
Things you've learned in the first year of your relationship.
Never crack an egg, as your wife said. Before we get started on actual cooking, let's start with number one. I'm kind of nervous.
Trusting your partner, and your partner having the ability to understand what you're saying, like in the sense that they won't judge you.
To keep our health and wealth high, we're gonna take these Magic Mind shots. We've been taking these for probably 3-4 months. It was in our old house when we first tried them. And they taste really good. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't eat cheese. He's very picky. It's honestly ridiculous.
I don't like anything.
You were scared the first time.
I was scared the first time, but they're good, and like I feel like I can tell the difference right away.
It's technically called a mental performance shot. It gives you a sharper mind, lower stress, calm energy. Everything that's in it is natural. And most importantly, it just doesn't taste bad. That's really my key thing, because living in California, these are really popular, but they all taste terrible. We actually usually take them in the morning, but we didn't today, so. If you guys are interested in checking those out, I'm gonna put the link down below, or you can go to magicmind.com/CureRenee, and if you use my code CureRenee20, then you can get 48% off or 20% off, depending on what you select. It's the next day. I'm currently editing this video, and I just do not like the direction it took. I feel like it got advice-y, and we are in no place to be giving advice. I mean, we got married after all. Like, let's be real, the first piece of advice is...
Don't get married.
Not don't get married, but maybe like the wedding, like don't have a wedding, you know? I wanna do like a full wedding Q&A. I know a lot of people have asked about our wedding and all of that, and we've kind of just gone silent since, so that will be a future video for sure. But for now, yeah, we're gonna redo this video, sit down form, just like talking to our friends.
Hey friends.
I feel like one thing that we both kept bringing up in this video in a lot of different ways was that trust is one of the most important things. And like that goes without saying, everybody knows that, but I feel like something that we learned is it can actually be very hard for us as two egotistical people to like trust each other's choices, like financially and future wise and like everything, because I think that we both think we're right. And so when our ideas aren't aligning, we have a hard time with that, because it doesn't really happen often. But when it does, like what do we do? Because I'm right, but you think you're right, so what now?
Yeah, it's hard to talk
I'm right, obviously.
Yeah. It's hard to talk through things when you both feel right.
So that's something we're definitely still working on, but I think marriage really like brought that to our attention, because our lives were truly combining, like, you know, legally, tax-wise, things that I really, even though I was in, and same with you, a very serious relationship prior, I never was doing taxes with somebody else. So I don't know, that was like, it's very logistical, but it was very interesting.
Getting on the same page financially, I think, took us a bit.
And I would say that we both are pretty like financially
savvy.
I think for me personally, like once I supported myself financially, I was very prideful in that. And then to get into marriage and kind of have to like recombine things, it was like a hesitant thing for me. Plus, I think I'm always right. It can be scary, like as a mom, to go from supporting myself and my 4 kids to being in a marriage and then like combining our incomes and our finances and goals and everything, but also still feel independently secure, because I am a realist in the fact that relationships do end, and obviously I don't want that for us, but because it had just recently happened for me, I still have this like need to protect like my kids and know that I have enough for them with or without you. Yeah. That is another thing that I learned, is that I find it very important that we both work. I really value that in our marriage we both have our own passions and our own separate careers. I think that it can be great for some people in some marriages to work together. I am not that way, and I am very grateful that we have different things and we're passionate about different things. We still have like hobbies that we enjoy together, but we have that separation, so at the end of the day we can come together and like connect on our differences. I actually have learned in our relationship, not our first year of marriage, and that's like second thing that we've really both learned and known is like marriage didn't really change a ton, besides like stuff on paper. It is fun to like say husband and wife. I think we both enjoyed that.
We bought our first house together when we weren't married or engaged.
Yeah. We got pregnant technically when we weren't married.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what we said in the rest of the video, so I'm gonna put some of the things here. The biggest thing you can do is like both of you work on yourselves, and naturally that will make your relationship healthier. Another thing I recognize that I've been terrible at with just everybody in my life, and that's like expressing gratitude and like giving people compliments. Like that makes me so uncomfortable. Same with receiving them, for the record. Like I'm not somebody who wants...
Yeah, you suck at receiving. The environments can dictate a lot.
Yeah.
That, like, especially like you're conversating in.
I think I'm relatively good at this, but when I say that out loud, it makes me feel like, no, you aren't if you say that. But see, now that's me doing it, so maybe I am. Be self-reflective. But basically, I just didn't like the way the video was going because I feel like I wanted to make a video just like talking about our marriage, and then it kind of ended up being like tips. I learned kind of the opposite of what I thought with having an ego. I thought I was like the greatest wife you could ever have. Not really, but like, I don't know, I dealt with a lot of guilt this year with not being a good wife, or like the wife I wanted to be. That's the bad part about having this like dreamy husband, is now you start to realize in the areas that you're not so good in. And so it's taken, I'm like still working through that, but I feel like it's important to always have something to like work on and work towards. And if you feel like, here, this is where I get like tippy again. It just feels weird to just talk about our marriage. It feels like personal, but like
we don't really talk about our marriage a lot to people, so
yeah, it feels weird to like, I don't know. Anyways, I feel like if there's a point in our marriage where I don't feel like I need to work on anything, then I'm doing a disservice to both of us, because there's always areas to make it better. It's like essentially marriage is kind of like a business, and if you're not always trying to better it or work towards something better, then you're screwed.
Seeing you as a mom makes you a lot more attractive to me.
Which I think is so funny.
But
He says,
I've always found her like as a great mom and like really attractive, but I've never seen her, you know, pregnant from the get-go. Like I've seen her pregnant like once.
yeah.
But so like,
Well, it's different when it's your child
and
and like
you
we're
were
together.
my friend, like yeah, and so now like the whole process, like doing the whole process with her, I really felt way more in love than I ever thought.
We had a good conversation about pregnancy that I'll put. How's that?
That's just something that I've learned. Like I didn't know how I'd react to her pregnant, but
You knew me pregnant before though.
I know,
not in
but
that
like not
way.
that way. And like Jesus Christ,
We could try again.
we could. You could have allowed funny cravings at like 11 o'clock at night, but
That's
you weren't.
because you would get them.
Yeah, you're pregnant. You're carrying your kid.
If you have a man who gets you snacks in the middle of the night when you're pregnant, all of a sudden you're a lot hungrier in the middle of the night.
That's true. Just from like social media stuff, it seems like a lot of women struggle. It's like, I don't know, I have a hard time with that. That's
With them struggling?
well, no, with like either guys not being vocal about how attractive they are, or upping their like putting their woman on a pedestal, or that's
It
just
really,
slack.
yeah, I feel like it really is sad. Like pregnancy, you know, it's hard for sure, and like you can get down on yourself, but I do feel like such a big part of the partner's responsibility should be, I don't know that it is, but it should be, and I'm grateful you are this way, but like they're not carrying the baby, so the least they can do is like tell you every day you're doing a great job.
Doing
How
a great
hard is
job.
that?
You look pretty.
But see, that's
like,
the vocal thing.
But like that's like women, I feel like it's a lot of physical stuff. Either they feel like shit, they feel like they look like shit, and it's just like you can help them feel a little better, like physically, but you can really build them up and like talk to them, tell them they look pretty, tell them their body looks good. Okay, I wanted to get her pregnant again while she was pregnant. Like now thinking about it, we might have to cut this video short. Like
What he said.
What they said.
It's really hard to like, that's the downside I think of getting into a relationship quickly after being in a serious one, is I think trying to learn and reflect at the same time as like falling in love is like a really weird, conflicting thing to do. But I feel like we did a really good job at it, and I will say like there was always love and like passion for each other through it, and I think that that's really important to have. But again, it made it also difficult because it's like I love you so freaking much, but get the frick out of my face, but stay right here because I'm also wanting to be near you. You know? And then you just fight more because you're like, well, I want to be in the same room as you,
Yeah,
but like
okay, and I don't like quit talking to me, but I don't want to go away. Like, I still want to touch your foot. You know?
Now that we covered the basis of it, we're gonna go back to the end of the vlog where we eat with you guys. Dinner is ready! It looks so good. We did good.
You did good.
Here you go, baby. Broccoli taste sauce.
French fries are good.
Fries are good. You tried them? One.
Just now? It was on camera. Do you want to fry, Millie?
No.
Oh, sorry. First kid. Oh, she's so tired, mama.
So unintentionally, I wanted to do this video because it was the end of 2024, and I feel like we've been doing a lot of 2025 planning and reflecting. But then that being said, we also are almost at our 1-year anniversary on January 5th. So it just kind of worked out.
And Brandon's coming in town, so we might do something with him. You can honestly do so much with him because he's down for anything.
I know.
Hey, we're gonna make a vision board. He'll be like, oh, okay. Or hey, we're gonna try absinthe. And he'll be like, okay.
Or you can say we're gonna try 5 different vegetables and he's still like, okay. It's still low IQ, they do anything.
Brandon, don't listen to her. I think you're smart.
I'm just kidding. He didn't make it that far in this video because he has ADHD.
Watch him watch all the recent videos on his flight tomorrow.
I think my brother's watched like one of my videos ever, and it's the one he was in.
Hey, why are you taking my fries?
I'm fresh out. Anyways, I'm very interested in hearing what you guys have learned in your relationships, so put those down below. And if you guys are interested in checking out the Magic Mind little performance shots, then I will put that stuff below.
Highly recommend. It's pretty good.
Go to magicmind.com/KiraRenee and use code KiraRenee20 to get 48% off or 20% off, depending on your selections. Yeah, that's right. And you look like you love me.
Right. You look like you need to, want to come on home.
You look like you love me.
Love me.
So come on, come around.
Come on, come around home. Bring that hoochie coochie here. That honky tonk, badonky donk.
Man, Tom, you
Excuse
did
me.
something goddamn productive.
In his goddamn house. Why don't you go put a snowsuit on? Okay.
Let's go get our Susie snow on.